And we are back from the break. The party has dispatched the asteroid spiders. The crew has as well. No permanent losses on the crew side.
Is anyone poisoned?
Uh,
Any crew
the
specifically?
yes, and there were some people bundled up, but you managed to recover them. The poison is paralytic poison, so no one is.
Oh, Naftal's like, tell me how this feels. This is there in the notebook, writing down effects. He's studying the patients while
and
doing.
the people who are paralyzed are like,
You have to comply because you're not giving me a no.
Brax is going to want to check on the ship towing. They slip loose? If they still fighting spiders? Do they need?
You want to get changed first.
They took care of
No.
spiders. They had significantly less problem than you did.
Okay.
Helps to have
in that-
skin like granite.
Yeah, I suppose. I forgot that pick.
Okay, then
No.
Braxton's going to check on the web attached to the front of our ship before he changes clothes. Before you say,
Borrow someone's cloak.
Oh, so you're
Dude.
walking down there in your armor, chafing like crazy. I got it.
well,
Yeah, before he changes his clothes, like
he can look over. He
Braxton
can look
said.
over the. He can look
Well,
over
she
the
don't
front.
move.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to like they have to be sawed through because they're pretty thick, but they can be
Yeah.
handled pretty easily.
Naftal's like,
You-
can we see where their nest is? Is it around? We follow the
spell-
web up. Yeah.
There are
Stragglers.
so many asteroids that these connect to. It would take a long time to search it all.
Alright,
Right.
can I...
You spellcasters, are you interested in any of this web? or
Yes,
is it a back
I'm
out?
interested in the poison, not the web.
So we don't need to stay here.
Naftal just goes around hacking the corpses up for parts.
So we'll communicate.
Solas says that if someone would gather some of the web for him, it would be nice, but he is still quite knackered from the identification, and his shift has ended, so he goes to rest.
Okay. How much web do you need?
Whatever you can grab, probably. Just wrap it on a big stick.
Mm-hmm. Just how much you can gather.
And Naftal's going to try and get some of the poison from it and just try and study it. Because he is writing
Mhm.
whatever he can in his book about various creatures that are poisonous. What the
Do you
effects
have
are.
any relevant proficiencies?
No. I never have. I've got healing, but... Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna cut off web. We'll try and get about.
I think I had Finn
yeah,
helping me out. I asked Finn if he would help if he'd be up for that.
What we'll do is we'll back off because there'll be more webs in the same area, and we'll try to navigate around a bit. see if we can
It's
get-
pretty clear that the webbing only makes one layer here.
Oh, so
So once you cut through, you'll be okay.
okay.
You'll be able to continue on.
Yes, Finn will help Laftel.
Okay.
Braxton wants to experiment on a bit of the web that is not the bit that we're saving for Solace.
Yeah.
He wants to see if you can set light to it, the same as webs in a web spell.
It takes longer though.
Okay.
Now there's basically two different types. They're the same material and they're not particularly sticky. They're a little bit sticky, but not as sticky as you were expecting. There's the stuff that they wrapped up crew members in, and then there's
Yeah.
the stuff that's strung between the asteroids. And basically, it looks like they've created like web rope strung
Yeah.
between the asteroids. That's the individual pieces that they wrap up. They wrapped up crew members with, but just overlaid on each other and stuff like that to
Yeah.
make them thicker and stronger, big enough to
Uh,
strong enough to stop a ship like yours.
Okay, so Braxton's going to get some crew to help him. What we're gonna do is we're going to try setting light to these webs so that they go off and burn away from us back to the asteroids they come back from, or at least as much as we can. And we can't get to the ones underneath us, but we can slowly rotate like 360 degrees to get as many webs as possible. So we're
Ask one of the wizards if they had a fireball.
So the problem that you encounter with that is that they don't seem to be big enough to carry any real atmosphere with them.
so it only burns in our atmosphere and then stops.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When we see that doesn't work, we'll just move through and we can make a big enough hole for us.
I was
And,
thinking if
and ship we're towing.
I mean, the asteroids are moving constantly, so there's a pretty good chance that within a week, all of these asteroids will be someplace else
Right.
and not right here. So they're drifting.
Yeah.
So there's a fair chance that within a week there won't be a hazard right here.
I'd mentioned something to Braxton.
Uh-huh.
I know you're not. Obviously, you're thinking of the career and you're doing what you have to, but it's something to think about next time we encounter these. Is that because you're good with ropes, you would know what would make a good rope material, I would assume. Could you potentially experiment for the future if we encounter them again?
He would
You might be able
definitely
to make
need to.
rope up.
He would definitely need to process this stuff.
Yeah, but
He doesn't. He doesn't. He would not.
Not now.
It would have to be like collected very carefully, and then taken to a city to treat. Kind of
It's
thing.
something for him to think about, because if it can stop a ship, it must be pretty strong.
Yeah, it must be pretty strong. Yeah.
And
It'd
it's
be very-
invisible. Well, maybe.
Be
to an
very good
extent.
if we could get it. Yeah.
Well, I say invisible, but if we're going really fast, we wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, and the thing is that they're just very dark. So it's only when you're right on top of them do you see them, kind of thing.
That's a great idea. When we're not towing a ship and when I'm not got bits of my armor digging into my skin.
And
How
maybe
did that
when you're
happen?
closer to home, kind of thing.
Yeah. When we're in a safe situation.
Yeah, I'm not
Well-
saying it doing now. Just something to bear in mind for the future.
No, it's a very good suggestion. We could harvest stuff like this. That's why I was asking whether the spellcasters needed stuff. We do have a section for Solus, so Solus can tell us a bit more about it. There might be we might be able to do something with it, like put it in a barrel of brandy or something like that, and, clean off whatever it is that makes it sticky, so we can use it. Might also be able to make a weapon out of it. Probably sell it to Tinker Gnomes.
There's spells that
Right.
require strong.
Are you okay looking after the ship for a while? Because I need to very carefully get this armor off.
Yeah.
It's just chafing, that's all.
Yeah.
So you go get changed, and the ship can
Good
move
thing
forward
we
for another shift. Yeah, go ahead, Solus.
good thing we aren't in really cold temperatures.
Lafdor wants to try to harvest some with Finn helping.
Oh,
So
I've lost where we are. Hang on.
Because it's paralytic poison. I want to try and replace what I got in my dagger with it. If I can't, I can't. It's fair enough.
No, you cannot. You can do some experimentations and stuff like that. The problem is
Yeah.
that you absolutely need some kind of either animal handling to a specific animal type,
Or
or
anatomy.
anatomy to get the stuff. Maybe poison
Huh.
handling or something like that. But the other problem is that the stuff does start breaking down pretty quickly once a creature dies.
Yeah, that's why I was like, my dagger preserves it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Just write down notes studying effects, so I can have,
So
Good
this time you won't be stabbing yourself with the poison
Yeah, it's only paralytic.
like you
And
did with those scorpions.
the irony is I had free action and remove paralysis memorized, but it'd be no good on me if I'm already paralyzed. I spend the rest of the day studying, and I'll just have to start my research tomorrow.
Okay.
So what are the astro spiders? I'm writing in my
Asteroid
poison book.
spiders, yes.
Asteroid. They do paralytic poison.
Mhm. So you can move forward another shift.
Oh. Thank you.
Okay. And that is the rest of that shift is uneventful. Or the rest of that day. Is there anything anyone wants to do the next day?
The next day I'll be starting my research because I've had 2 days of interruption.
Okay.
Solas will continue his research.
Therefore, Leva will identify if it's still necessary.
Real fast, there was a conversation, Laftel, you wanted to have with Leva.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Laughter would say that's an interesting spell that you cast on Braxton, but you're making small talk conversation. I don't want to be the recipient of that, especially with my light armor. He had plenty of armor to cover himself, but yeah. So I was talking to Sunfire, and he's got an interesting spell. I was asking him about if he had a spell that could identify a person, so to speak, and he has such a spell, and it's a spell that I plan on researching. Maybe it end up being the same, maybe it'll be a bit different, I don't know. But I asked when I figured out what the spell does, you and him could, it might be of interest to you. Maybe he'll learn something about it. It identifies your history, but if you don't know who you are, it may not tell you much. I mean, it'll just tell you what you know. But if you've already knew it and just forgot it, it might just remind you. I mean, you might have remembered something when you were young. It just identifies your history, essentially.
Mm.
I mean,
Is that,
it could
is that for a priest or is that a wizard?
priest spell.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a wizard spell. There's no reason why you couldn't make him one. I think you might have to be a diviner. Someone who specializes in that magic.
Leva looks very interested. Very interested.
So I don't know. Just speak to Sunfire tomorrow. He's going to be using it on the wizardess we got in the prison. Because well, she likes cats. That's weird. No human likes cats. As food, at least none that I know. Seem like monsters. Why would they eat cats? So yeah, no, I'm totally suspicious of her. So I suggested that he see if she is actually a human.
As an aside, why wouldn't you like cats?
Not to eat. That's why I'm suspicious of her, because she wanted to eat cats.
Oh, okay.
Weren't you the one who told us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's been as a human for a long time, so I doubt that. But, might learn something interesting.
Well, Leva is certainly interested in that particular spell.
I don't know the intricacies of that spell that well. I mean, you'd have to ask Sunfire. I mean, it doesn't have to be even a person. It could be an item if it's got notable history.
Oh, well, Leva doesn't have anything, doesn't own anything that has a noticeable history.
You didn't keep anything from your master, did you, or something? Your mentor?
Well, she's mostly interested in her own history. her master stuff is,
But if you
in
had,
her eyes, the means to the end of finding out who she really is.
the reason why I state that is because if you had something of your master's, but learned something, some notable history about the item in question was from a particular planet or something, then you would learn that. That would be another avenue for you to research. It's
I
just
don't-
speak to somebody, and he has a particular.
As the player, I don't think that Leva would keep anything from her master because he was her master, and even if you freed her later on, he was still her master, and she, well, yes, she will have to. She has to think of it, and she has to work around it, but it's not something that she would have keepsakes of. Not really.
Is that your first spellbook? Was that of your own money?
No, it would not have been.
Mm-mm.
But it was also made for her, so it's
Yeah,
not
it would
likely to
no
have
history.
too much information.
Oh well, something for you to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and left or hands hair apparel. That's for the next round of identifications.
Okay.
This is last apparel anyway, so.
Okay. All right. Did you want to get started on that identification right now?
Yeah, we could do this now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just going over. I'm looking for ones we want. Wizard power. Do you want the wizard power one then? It should be. Well, it could be vague or. Leva, Celis. You want that one identified?
I would try to
Yes.
go in order, and just skip things that you're either
Yeah, that's what I've
confident
done.
about what it is. Okay.
There was like. Well, there was one above that was strength, because we've had strengths that are for warriors only and strength for everyone. So get that one. Reddish, red, rust colored. Enabled strength.
All right. So Leva, you're casting it this time.
Yes. I still don't know where we are, but yes, I'll cast it.
99.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And you're starting with the strength one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
And that's why I skipped so many after that one until I got down to wizard power.
Okay.
It was like 5 or 6 I skipped.
That is quite literally the a potion of strength. It increases strength.
Anyone can use it?
I would need
Or
to
is-
double check. I'll
'Cause
check
we
after.
had the bull's oil, and that was something of strength.
I'd need to double check. I'll check after the game. How's that?
So nobody's interested what clear sight is?
It's clairvoyance, I would assume. Well, it's
No.
one we would have an idea of.
Clear sight could also be something.
True sight, true seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel strongly about this. You can get it identified if you want.
If you're the one casting the spell, you can always decide.
Yeah, okay. She would want to know what this is.
All right. Give me a second.
It's a clear liquid ceramic jar.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tapping every once in a while, by the way.
Might be me.
Okay. That allows one to detect invisible.
Ah,
Yeah.
It is a potion of
So-
sight.
right. So the wound restoration I think is clear. Or is it?
It's not clear, but you guys were putting those as a low priority.
Okay. Oh. Then we have something that's labeled tongues. As there's a spell called tongues, I would think that it's
We've had potions of tongues. I think one of us has got it. I think Solus may have it or someone.
All right. Then we have
So
not potion of tongue.
Go down
Then we
to
have
this one.
valuable detection.
Going for that one?
Yeah, we've
Yes.
had valuable detections.
We did.
Some of us have even got those potions.
Just tell me what you want to identify, please.
Valuable
what I-
detection.
Okay. That is a potion of treasure finding.
Is that what you expected?
Yes, exactly. But if you want to do it, then do it.
Okay.
All right. What's the next one? Hello?
Next one.
Well, if nobody says anything, I'll just decide on one.
I mean, you are the one that cast the
indicated
spell, so.
You indicated to me that you were just going to pick what you decided, so that's why I was quiet.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay. How about then,
however
Leva,
we
you
do
just
it
decide.
together. I mean, I
Let's-
just said I'd like to identify one potion. That doesn't mean I'd like to identify all the others as well.
Okay, well, let's just go through the other. Why don't we just go through from top to bottom, apart from any that we're deciding to skip for some reason?
Yeah, well, I was
So-
skipping all the ones that we were pretty obvious
Yeah.
with. But
So I
that
think
ignored.
something's hit. I think something's hitting your mic. You can check your mic cable.
Yeah, 1 second.
All right, so what's next?
Hang on.
Last one?
I think he's checking his mic.
Someone else can do it.
Give me a second. I'll get on it.
In that case, let's do wizard's power.
Okay. That is a potion of wizardry. And that will increase a wizard's spellcasting power for a short period.
I'm expecting to see 2 ticks appear.
Not yet. Then we have, well, that's, I think is clear, digging. Then we have magic improving. Let's do that one. Unless
Magic
somebody else has another
No,
proposition.
no, that's good.
That is called a potion of intensity, and that does. Give me a second. That increases the potency of spells.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who can cast spells can use that.
I'm seeing 1 tick.
Some
Then
I
I've
imagine
seen-
some of those will pop in like after the game. You don't need to.
I know.
Somebody was sitting on the next potion, which was the knowledge granting.
Sorry, that's. No, it's not me.
Okay. That is a potion of language learning. Makes it easier to learn a language.
Mm.
That might stack with the ring.
Then we have lightning speed. Ozone smelling bright yellow blue
Really
fluid.
a potion of speed.
Yeah, it's a potion of aging.
Hmm.
I actually
Something
did the
for Waxen.
potions. Can't remember if the potions aged you.
So that is a potion of lightning form.
Oh,
It's not the same
Oh.
at all.
no, it's completely different. There's always a chance it wouldn't be the same.
It allows you to become and move as fast as lightning.
Nice.
Oh wow.
All right, next up.
Moment, I'm still writing.
Alright.
Then we have metal attraction. I think that one is clear. Heroic power, strength, and strength again.
The heroic powers,
All right, let's do that one.
because there's the wizard, there's the spellcaster version, and there's the warrior version.
All right. So we
I
have a
think-
ceramic flask filled with a metallic iron gray liquid labeled heroic power.
All right, that's a potion of superheroism.
Oh, warriors.
Maybe Warriors.
No, it's warriors only.
Oh, okay.
Then we have 2 strength. Then we have 1. Which one is the next one you want? Because the next one, if nobody says anything, Lever will pick digging.
You can do dig one if you want.
Yeah, digging sounds good.
Okay.
All right. That is a potion of digging, and it allows you to dig
Really?
faster and effectively.
Spell.
Does it give you an Australian accent?
It allows you to dig with stone hands. Bare hands. Sorry.
Okay. I was hoping it'd allow you to say, "G'day, digger."
Two oils.
Lever
label
would like
strength.
to know what this actually is. The one rotten smelling liquid labeled undead control, whether it really allows you to control any undead.
Yeah, it might be a particular type of food.
That is a potion of ghoul control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of that spell.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right, so you can go ahead and move your ship forward the 2 shifts.
Right, hang on. Boom, boom, boom. Let's catch up. Thanks for the arrow. Oh.
And the
Oh,
no, that's
you
correct.
moved the arrow.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And your trip continues to be uneventful.
Mhm.
All right. So the next day, any plans for this day?
I mean, if Solus wants to do identification, but that means Braxton or someone else has to give a pearl.
Hang on. Let's see if I've got any left. Getting near the end now. Where are they? I did Control F before and found where they were. And now Control F won't work.
I mean, if you're pretty sure you have one, you can just make a note on a sticky note to find them later and remove it.
Yeah, I think I've got at least one.
You had 6 at one point, and I've used 2, and I know you've used at least 2 of yours.
No,
I don't know if you
I
used
haven't.
3 or
I gave some to Solace as well. I had 10 and I'd already used 2. I think I've used about 4. Yeah, okay. So Braxton's going to give a pearl.
All right, Solus, are you willing to do some identification? Is there even more stuff that you guys want to identify?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Down the list.
we might as well just go down the list at this point.
Yeah.
I'd want to get detect magics on these as well, so I can at least add them into my known potions.
All right, then if you and someone else with a wizard version agree to do that, during these few days, I'll give you that information after the game.
I mean, there's plenty of wizards and priests throughout the entire. I mean, yeah, I'll obviously be doing that, but I mean, throughout the entire. The odds of us, everyone failing, pretty slim.
Okay. All right. So Solus, you're gonna do some identifying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you want to
It's
start
a
with?
preservation one. That lever failed. I think that's an oil of timelessness. But...
Go by the list.
All right. So you guys need to let me know what you're looking at, what you want to look at.
I'm suggesting preservation.
I'm going by the list in order. I don't have the list open.
All right. So
Yeah.
Laftel, if you're the one,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm.
Then
That's the
preservation.
top of the
All right.
list.
Okay.
It is literally there.
All right. Then that is indeed Oil of Timelessness.
All right, the next one is an alabaster cream jar. Very pale cream liquid. No, cream. Wound closure.
All right. That is a salve of healing.
All right, the next one, remote seeing. Pale yellow liquid.
Okay. And that is a potion of clairvoyance.
The next one is demolition ceramic gurgling liquid. It's got the do not give to Braxton note on it.
That is a potion of explosions.
I'm sorry if you can hear me type. The next one is a wound closure, floral blue liquid.
That is a potion of extra healing.
Unrestriction. This next one, yellow battery liquid.
Butter. I mean, that is a potion of freedom.
The next wound closure one, pale golden liquid.
All right, that'll use up the spell to check all 5 of those. They're all potions of healing. Those next 5 wound closure ones.
3, 4, 5, yep.
And that will use
obviously-
up the spell.
Yeah. Just confirming pale golden, blue, deep blue, I mean, royal purple, pale green.
Ceramic flask, steel flask, glass vial, ceramic jar, a steel flask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all regular potions of healing.
Yep.
There's probably last lot of identification, and we'd have all the potions.
Yeah, I've got 3 pearls left.
Okay.
So
I'm not going to worry too much right now about who does that. You've got a couple days before any other potential random encounters happen.
That person loses a day on their research, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, and I suppose there's the fact that if someone can't do it, the other one has to do it.
All right. Fair enough. All right, so go ahead and move the ship forward another day.
Oh, sorry, I've drawn.
I'll get rid of that.
Thanks.
Sounds silly. Would it be too strenuous for me to do memory read after research?
Yes.
Right.
You've tried memory read many times, and you've gotten everything that you're going to get out of it.
Well,
At this point, you've gotten there's a limit when the spells are just not going to work anymore, kind of thing. All right. You can't just keep trying things over and over and over and over and over and over again until they work.
yeah, I wish I'd known that before I bought all the linen.
it's just a case of like there needs to be an understanding that if you failed a
no,
bunch
I'm
of times,
fine with that.
then you as a player, you as a character, kind of needs to be like, yeah, this is just not working, kind of thing. So
The linen's useful because you need people
I mean,
bandaged.
yeah, but I wouldn't have spent 500 gold on linen.
No, don't you need bandages for people that nearly die?
I
Yeah.
tried to
Also,
discourage you from doing it.
Also, linen doesn't go bad.
I know.
Don't you need bandages?
All
for
right,
people
it's
that
just a
nearly
net
die?
loss. I'll wipe it off.
It's not. Don't you need bandages from people that nearly die? Yeah. Isn't that a material component for something you wanted?
He's just annoyed that he spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, well, that's
But
just
he had
too
already
bad.
cast memory read. I don't know, like at least a dozen times.
Right, I see. So basically, they got
The
too
guy had
high,
a
so
really
he
good
froze.
saving throw, and he kept making it. And there's just gonna come a point when it should be a situation where you're like, yeah, it's just not working for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's that other thing, isn't there? Don't you have something you can do something clever if someone gets bandaged, and it saves their lives with a bandage?
No,
So
that's the spell components of my scroll components.
Right. So you can give everyone in the crew some linen for an emergency bandage, and anytime anyone nearly dies, you'll get a bandage.
Yeah, but his issue is
Plus
that he
you
spent
could
a lot of money on that.
Plus, you can sell Braxton some linen. He needs some clothes.
So
Quite
Sun
clearly.
Fayun will come to you as well, by the way, Laftel, and tell you what his no history revealed. It reveals
Is
her
she
name
human?
as Solithia.
Yeah.
It gives you a little bit of information about what she's done with Red Njord, but that's really about it. It doesn't reveal a family name or a clan name or anything like that. He said that he didn't get that. Maybe she comes from a society that doesn't have such things.
Yeah. There was always a chance it wouldn't work. Well, we wouldn't get anything useful. I appreciate his effort.
Yeah.
And I say to him, Lever was really keen on learning something, essentially.
Do you... I will go speak with her then. And he'll go to you, Leva, at some point and relay what Laftel and he spoke of and say, did you wish me to cast a spell on you as well?
Yes, please. Because I don't know whether Love told you or not, or whether he actually knows or not. But I was kidnapped as a baby, and I would dearly like to find my roots.
Okay. I have a quick question for you. Is your Footloose last name, a name that you know you
Adopted.
were given by Thoriax, or was that...
Yes.
Okay, that was a name that was given to you by Thoriax. Okay.
Yes.
So Sun Fayun will cast the spell on you, and let me go ahead and look it up real fast. Shouldn't take me long to find it because I think I had it just open. Helps if I go into the right PDF. Okay, so obviously some of the things that it reveals is some notable deeds that you have done personally. But what it does reveal, it reveals your last name, your real last name, but it is a name that I will have to create because I do not have that.
Okay.
and it reveals that your family. It does not reveal information about where they're from, but it does reveal that both of your parents were wizards,
Uh-huh.
and it
Is
reveals
that
that
unusual?
you have a sister,
Ah,
an older sister.
wow. That's something. But that doesn't mean anything unless you can find the family.
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll generate that information and get that to you.
Was our sister also, was it?
That it's not going to reveal because that would need to be cast on
Oh.
her.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I understand.
Is that unusual that both parents are wizards?
You don't know. Like it, Laftel would be able to tell you that it's not particularly unusual among elves,
No, Max. Yeah.
but it could also vary entirely because he's basing this on back on Evermeet, which is a very elven land. If you came from elves who were integrated into a human city kind of thing, a cosmopolitan city, it might be unusual.
Okay. Well, thanks, Sumfayun, very much. I think you helped me a lot, she says.
I am more than happy to reveal to help you in any way that I can. The great celestial bureaucracy is always happy to help people find their clans and their families and understand their honor.
Hmm.
All right. It does not reveal any particular like notable deeds that they had, which doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't do anything, but it's entirely possible that they just didn't really do anything of particular note.
The real name, I think, will help an awful lot. She thinks.
Yeah.
Laura thinks.
Yeah, definitely can. Definitely can. It mostly will depend on how big your family ends up being, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true too.
If you end up
Or
with a
how
commoner's
famous.
name.
If you go to Linelius and Nemeriel, neither of them will recognize your name. Like
Yes,
if you-
neither
if you-
Laughter either.
Yeah, no, Laftel definitely wouldn't. But this is just two elves, so. All right.
Where was not Lennon, the other one.
Nemeriel?
From? Yeah, where is she from?
Gray Space,
Oh, they're
I
both
believe,
from Grey
if I remember
Space.
correctly. Let me double check. I could be wrong.
So
think we-
Laughter and Yoden were from the realms.
Yeah. I actually did not note down where she was from. She was just served among the Imperial Navy, so I am going to say that she did serve in Gray Space. She'd never met Linelius, so they had no idea about each other, kind of thing.
Cool.
For all we know,
Which is
she
not
could come
unexpected.
from Wist. Wist, whatever that place is. It's an elven place, that place. Actually, that's a good area for you to search. Was it in Winter Space? I can't remember.
Yes, I think so.
Because like an elven community and
What place?
Weist and Winter Space. I mean, if Lever's got a name that none of us recognize, I mean, it might be a local name from that planet. You should search for your local communities for that elven name.
You're probably going to want to get some more direction rather than just go set off towards a location. Because again,
Wow,
there's at least a dozen elven worlds that Lenelius and Nemeriel together could think of off the top of their head.
I think
And those
that when we
have
get-
millions of elves on them. So
I think that when we get back to civilization and give these flags over to an Elven Navy branch, they'll have a list of, all the people in the Navy with surnames and stuff. And they'll be able to go through that list, and if they recognise the name.
they would have a list of people serving locally.
Yeah, I know.
They
That's
would
what
not
I mean.
have a list of everyone serving everywhere.
No, that's what I mean.
Okay.
They would know whether the name was a name in their sphere by looking down the list and going, "Oh, we got this guy off this planet's got that name. Might be a relative."
Yeah, I mean, you can ask the Imperial Navy at some point, and they might next time you meet them.
If they did have a list of every single person to serve in the Navy, I think it would qualify as a tower on its own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially if everyone's got their own name.
No,
All right.
I did mean in their area because they've got to do payments and stuff.
All right. So, you can let's see. You have another day, so if you want to do some more identifying.
Whose turn is whose turn is it?
Yours, I believe.
Yours, yeah.
Yeah. If there are more pearls and
Yeah.
not forget to spend them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just see if the spell works. Spell works.
There's always a risk with lever. It's like, here's this item. Go cast the spell. Oh, it doesn't. What do you mean it doesn't work?
It's gone.
I mean, it's
And
soulless.
Just a piece of paper.
all right. So,
Plant control.
yep, that is a potion of plant control.
Yes. And which level is it now?
I'm just gonna let you do the rest of the items. They're just potions, right? That's all you have left, right?
Yeah, there's
No?
yeah, it's just potions.
It's just a few.
Wound restoration and black vial smelling.
That is a potion of superior healing.
Oh,
Nice.
Which one was that?
this one here, I'll write it in. All right, yeah, I think that's tapping stuff from me.
No, that's
Well,
not
the thing
noise
is
I'm
that
hearing.
when we go through and we identify everything, then it doesn't really matter what order we use, and we just start at the beginning and go to the end.
Yep.
I see
we've already got
nothing
to
why
that
we have to choose one over the other, but
No, that's cool.
just me. Anyway, plant control, as far as I know, that's the first one that's not identified.
Yeah,
Let me know if I'm wrong.
no, that's fine. You write that one in, and I've done the next one, which was the superior healing. The one after that is a tongues potion, which I presume is a potion of tongues.
Plant control.
Yeah, you got the plant control. You got the potion of superior healing. And now you have the two labeled tongues.
I didn't hear what
Yeah.
you said about plant control, but it's what type of potion it is.
It's a potion of plant control.
Okay.
No, there's no specific
No.
variation.
All right. So
There's no like moss control or tree control.
then
No.
we have used
Two
to
tongues.
healing. Then we have two tongues, pale red and opaque 10.
So the first potion of tongues, ceramic jar filled with a pale red liquid, is just a potion of tongues.
Mhm.
The second one allows you to speak with plants.
Oh, nice.
Guessing Finn's gonna want that.
Yeah, let
Maybe.
people decide. Just no need to.
No, I wasn't. I didn't mean it like that.
I understand, but there can be, to a certain extent, there can be, it can get to an assumption of like, oh, you're going to want
Cuts
this.
people off.
Yeah, it does do that, and there's also an element of you start assuming that they're going to want that, so then you're like, so that means that I can get this other thing when they haven't actually said whether they want that kind of thing.
No, I
So
just draw the line from plant druid.
Also, since Finn can cast that spell on himself, he might not want it. So you saying that Finn might want it would
Might be a redundancy.
yeah, he may say, no, I don't need it. I can cast a spell myself, kind of thing, or something like that. You know, I mean, there's definitely an argument that anything that can be duplicated by a spell, hey, Braxton or Ocker might want that instead, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
It's also one reason why Solas has not been so keen on healing potions.
Yeah, I've got so many. I haven't touched any of them.
Just think, Braxton, with that photo or with that potion, you could ask trees about their wood.
That is true.
I don't think trees would want to talk to you about their wood because
They
they'll
wouldn't have
think
a
that you're trying
choice.
to harvest it.
Do you mind if I cut you down and kill you?
The tree
Oh.
tree
No,
says,
just feel ahead.
Let me ask you this. How good is your flesh for fertilizer?
Yes.
If Braxton takes the potion, can we do a karaoke episode where I sing that Clint Eastwood song?
So, what's the next potion?
Water breathing. Well, if you do that, let us know so we can miss that particular session.
Yeah, I think I'll happily sit out that one.
All right, that one is indeed a potion of water breathing.
Does it tell us how long it would last?
No. You have to use them, or have already used them in the
I
past
couldn't
to have an
remember.
idea.
Then we have 2 potions of strength. Didn't I hear these are truly 2 potions of strength?
No, 2 oils of strength. 2 listed as oils
yes, you're
and
right.
strength.
Musky oil, and the second one is
I
vegetables.
had the metal attraction one before that.
Metal attract.
Glass vial with a gritty metallic black liquid labeled
yeah.
metal attraction.
Yeah.
That is a potion of magnetism.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what happened to Braxton in a manner of speaking.
Well, just Liver is happy to cast attraction next time.
Okay. Now the first of the strength ones.
Mm-hmm.
That is Bowl's oil again. So you've already had that.
Bull, B-L-L-S.
B-U-L-L. Bull. As in the animal.
Oh. Yes, I did that. Okay.
I know, I get that. I've been there before. Okay, and the last one is, let's see. That is Oil of Manpower. And it does increase strength.
Oil of manpower. Okay.
Don't think we've had one.
No, we haven't had that. That's a weird enough name that I probably remember it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Some
thank
of
you for
the items, having 25 plus years of D&D and AD&D stuff to draw from, some of them have very weird names.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves what the distribution of that is going to be, and just let me know who is getting what so that I can distribute them on my notes.
I just need Archer and Solus to select what they're interested in.
Yeah, I mean, it can be done after the session, during the week kind of thing.
Could we remove the stuff that we sold and given away?
That can be done after the session.
Yes.
Okay.
How's Sheriff? Alright.
So anything else that anyone wants to do on that day?
I'm continuing my research.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
All right.
Trying to actually focus on it now.
You can go ahead and
Old.
yeah.
Do my lenses of speed reading help in researching?
No.
Ah,
They help you in normal research, not spell research. They help you if you like if you're looking for a specific book in a library, you know the book is there, and you just need to like pull books off the shelf and skim the front pages, first pages or the spines or something like that, looking for them. It'll have the time it takes to do that. And anytime, obviously, if someone hands you a letter, you can read that in half the time that anyone else would. Okay.
I mean, it does say that it is 3 times the normal speed with full comprehension.
Then 3 times. Sorry, I thought it just doubled. Either way, it just affects. It doesn't affect spell research or magic item research or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, certainly if you, just have a book that you want to read, figure out what it's going to do for the library and stuff like that, you can get through a lot more of those in your, in the time period. But most things that require magic, you can't, haste doesn't alter those things and stuff like that. They have fixed time frames for them. All right, so you can go ahead and move forward another 2 shifts.
Tab. We went past the side corridor. Still can't see what's down that corridor.
I mean, whatever's down there is going to be a ways off. If you want to, you could just move the token back along that line, see if it reveals anything else, but I don't think it is. You haven't been down there, so.
Yeah, nothing much. Oh, I think we were there.
You do pass by where you'd been warned about pirates earlier, and you take extra precautions, but you do not encounter anything on that day.
That's lucky.
All right. So that day is uneventful. You can go ahead and queue up another 2 shifts. You can go 1 shift at a time since there's a bend in the corridor.
Yeah. Easier.
All right. And still uneventful.
This bit was a weird bit where we got attacked before.
Yep.
What's up with going over it? No?
How many days is that in total?
It's been 11 days since you left the port.
Okay. So
Yeah.
8, that's 3 more days where we actually did research. That's 7 days. Oh, 1 week of research already.
Okay.
Who's doing research? It's left
All of us, apart from Finn, who can't. Yeah, so he gets spellcraft. Although I think I lost track. I think I'm at 4 days. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Brax is gonna find a time to have a chat with Oka when we change shifts.
All right. Go ahead.
Right. So Braxton's gonna work out where Margoth is and take Oka to the other end of the ship. And then he's going to tell her about the thing he noticed.
You're going to tell Ocker about the thing you noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. Aker?
About what?
Shall I send him a PM?
No, I mean, everyone can just, be aware that what Braxton is going to be sharing is stuff that their character doesn't know. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried to be more open about it as well.
Braxton's going to say to Oka, well, I tried telling everyone when we set off, but a few people were a bit annoyed with me. There's something a bit unusual about Margoth. Some of her bandages slipped, and she had no damage underneath them. I don't know what that means.
She could be faking an injury.
Well, she could be pretending to be something she's not. I mean, she's helped us, and she doesn't seem hostile. And you'd pick up if she had evil intent, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, there was that one time I did analyze balance, and she didn't come off as evil that way. I remember.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't think we got anything to be majorly concerned with her, but there's just something not right there.
Of course, yeah.
If you want to tell this to the others, that's fine, but be careful about where you tell people, because if she's not what she seems to be, she might have better hearing than we might anticipate. Anyway, I don't think she's an enemy.
Yeah, I'll just keep an eye on her just in case.
Okay.
So that was like the shift changeover from first to second shift kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if she was downstairs in the cabin or whatever, we'd go up on the other ship.
Yep. So, near the end of that shift, you do drop out of spelljamming speed and spot one of your lookouts calls out that there's a ship off the starboard bow. Looking over that way with a spyglass, whoever's on duty, you notice a thin-bodied shape, similar to an eel ship, but a bit sleeker, a bit more sophisticated. And the vessel is painted in shades of dark purple, and it does seem to be trying to avoid you. It is smaller than your vessel.
We're in the same area of piracy, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll signal them.
They do not respond.
Yeah. We'll signal them. We have no hostile intent towards your vessel.
If you don't respond, we see we do.
Well, they're obviously trying to avoid you.
Are they going the way we came from?
No, they seem to be just crossing your path.
Okay.
But you've noticed them turning. Looks like they were going from starboard to port, and they're turning away from you to try to, get a wider berth away from you.
Any flags or anything we can see?
Nothing you can see.
Two good flags. Is Margoth around?
You can either send someone to find her or summon her or something.
Yeah.
Okay. She comes up on deck and says, "Yes, what's going on?"
We found a ship. It's avoiding us, which is okay. I don't know if you know who these folks are. Here, give it a spyglass.
She takes a look and says, yes, it appears to be a vessel of the mushroom people from the kingdom of Uzaksh. They're probably traders or on patrol. They don't usually come out here, so I would guess trade.
Okay, well, I tried signaling them. They didn't get back to me, so... Maybe they didn't
Mm,
understand my signals.
I'm not terribly surprised. Uh, they're very difficult to understand.
That's fine. We don't need to talk to everyone. We just need to not get in a fight. Thanks very much for your help.
No problem. So you're gonna try to turn in such a way to avoid them as well?
Yeah, if they're going one way, we'll go the other way.
Okay. All right, so you kind of swing wide as they're crossing your path, making it pretty obvious that you have no intention of closing the distance with them. And shortly thereafter, they're able to get far enough away from you to enter spell jamming speed, and then you're able to enter spell jamming speed and continue on.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
you
what we
can
like.
get another shift put in there.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to work out where we're going now.
Oh, right. So
We're
the
sort of at the
Pexwood,
edge of what
right? Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that that has not been told you. You're going up that way.
That way.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Now
unless
we're
you wanted
exploring.
to swing by the Kobold port, but you
No.
could also do that afterwards if you wanted.
Am I doing 15 or 12?
12.
No, we want to avoid the Cobalt Pool, but I can
Okay.
go there.
All right. All right, and that shift is uneventful. Okay.
Brax's going to see if he can find someone else and say the same thing. Who should I pick now? They're all still doing the research, so he'll go find Finn.
All right, Finn.
Yes.
So Braxton's going to take you to the opposite end of the ship from Margoth at some point and say the same thing, that he's noticed something unusual about her, that some of her bandages came loose and she didn't have wounds underneath them.
Well, I'm
So-
sure that's her business.
Yeah, she doesn't seem hostile. I just thought
But
it
I
might
see
be better.
nothing to concern me.
Okay.
Live and let live, as he seems to feel, huh, Finn?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. You can queue up another shift. You're going a little bit more this way.
Oh. Sorry, we've hit a wall.
Yeah, so right there.
Are we going... That looks like a dead end.
Yeah, that's where you're going.
In the dead end?
Yep.
That's the end of the journey.
Yep.
Yay! Right.
So do you want to go over or under this big rock arch?
Do we know where the port is? Is the port high or low?
It's low.
So I think we would go way underneath it.
Okay. As you are doing so, making your way under, you drop out of spell jamming speed, and you can see two vessels ahead of you. And it looks like one is clearly being pursued by the other.
Interesting.
And let me actually double check to make sure that I know which one is being pursued. Give me a second.
We've got to figure out who the good guys are and the bad guys.
They're all bad guys.
They can't all be bad guys.
Simpler that way.
Have you not heard that the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
So the two vessels that you see in the distance One of them is a round wooden vessel. You've seen it before. It's a goblin porcupine. And it is clearly trying to flee from another vessel that appears to be a galleon or similar type craft. And the galleon is clearly firing upon the porcupine. Now,
Right.
it's far enough away that you could just let this go and turn around and leave. They're obviously
Was
engaged.
this,
Or you could close in and try and figure out what's going on.
was
Yeah.
this around the shift change or during one of the shifts?
This is during first shift. So it's in the middle of first shift.
So we need to find out. Go on.
Solas says that we need to find out which one is the bad guy and help the other, since if there's piracy going on, we need to stop it.
Yes. We're also near the destination, so if one of those ships belongs to the destination, we don't want to be attacking them. Maybe Margoth can recognize the markings on the hammer ship.
Not hammer, galleon.
Sorry, galleon.
We could ask Pex what they know.
Yeah, let's call over to the Pecs. Can they see from where they are?
You can describe what you've seen, and the Pecs will say, well, neither of those are Zorn vessels.
Right. Who are we going to see again?
Zorn.
Right, okay.
So that's your destination there.
Yeah. Maybe... how far away can Orca's intent work?
Not that close. You really do need to be.
This is where we need Lever to teleport over with Orca and go, yeah, these guys are evil. Save
While
us."
invisible, while flying.
Yeah, while invisible and while flying.
No problem whatsoever. When would you like me to do that?
Probably next week, because I think there's an end of game happening sometime soon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in a few days, because Liver has to memorize all those spells that she can't that she then can't use.
I mean, Braxton just said that you have a week for it.
She
No.
still can't use them, even though she memorized them.
Yeah, technically she doesn't have a week. It's going to be 10 seconds later next game.
No. She still can't use them. She
Exactly.
can memorize all of those spells, but she can't use them.
So you can see that the porcupine is just taking another hit from a catapult.
Can we signal to either of the ships?
You can. Do you want to signal? But you can only signal to one at a time.
Yeah, well, Braxton's learning Goblin.
You'd probably need Margoth to do the signaling if you wanted to do it in Goblin. Even once you learn Goblin, you're not going to be able to signal in Goblin.
Okay. We'll get her to signal to the front ship.
The porcupine?
Yeah, the porcupine.
Okay. She begins signaling, and after a moment, you do see a signal back. And she turns to you and says, "They're indicating that they're a trading vessel, and they're under attack by pirates."
Right.
Sounds plausible.
Does sound plausible.
Well, if they are pirates being attacked by pirates, we should intervene.
Yeah,
We should.
They
yeah.
just took a ballista hit.
So
Yeah,
Solas sends to call out the other officers.
Yeah, let's go to battle stations. We should signal the other ship.
All right, so you're going to close in and interfere?
Also let the pecs loose.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's let them pick.
They will indicate that they will be just defensive. They'll be staying back where
Yeah,
you release them,
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
and trying to stay out of the fight. But they will fire on. You would indicate to them that the galleon is apparently pirates.
yeah.
Okay. Then they will indicate that they will fire on them if they get in close.
They have a weapon.
They do have weapons. Not many. It's a standard armament on a eel ship. I'd have to look up exactly what that is right now.
Yeah,
I have
they're
it written
just
down
not-
somewhere else.
They're just not very good spacefarers.
Well, they didn't have enough helms right now. That was the problem.
Solas sent people to wake up the other officers.
Okay. So, when we come back next time, that's what we'll go ahead and get started on. Let's go ahead and do some XP divvying.
Also, if it was first shift on the rotation, it would have been Okar instead of Braxton.
That is true.
Okay. Maybe Oka will let them die.
I think Okar is very keen on fighting pirates,
Yeah.
considering he's
Yeah.
paladin of a god of laws and justice.
Okay. We'll let you decide next time.
Okay, that is going to be, let's see. Finn, Sticks to Snakes is a 4th level spell?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, so that is going to be 867 experience points for Braxton, Finn, Ocker, Laftel, Leva, and Solus.
Sorry, how much?
867.
67.
Plus an extra 150 for Braxton and Ocker, and 200 for Finn.
You don't
How
get
much?
any
Nothing
for
for monster summoning 4.
No,
three.
you really didn't need them. They really didn't help much.
How much did I get
What
again?
about the Great Maleficent?
867 Ocker plus 150. And the Greater Malisons, they didn't make any saving throws after that.
Oh,
it
It wasn't crucial. Didn't overcome any problems.
Do I get anything for scribing a scroll?
Yes, you do. That was 100 to your
Fair.
priest.
I actually think that the avoidance spell solved lots of problems. That didn't have to wash his clothes anymore afterwards.
I think that solved the problem of you not laughing hard enough, but I think that's about the only problem it solved. So we will be back next week. Remember, for those outside of the United States and Canada, I believe, maybe some other places, but I'm not sure what other countries are like it. Primarily for those in Europe, we will be an hour earlier next week, and I think the week after that because of daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
So do keep that in mind. Obviously, make sure that you're following the channel and getting the email alerts. And keep an eye out for the announcements on Discord and Twitter. So I want to thank you guys for playing today. Thank everyone out there for watching. We will be back next week for more of this as the party dives headfirst into a pirate fight.
Fight after fight today.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for the game.
Did take care of some
Yeah.
asteroid spiders.
Thanks for the game.
See you, everyone.
Thanks for everyone watching. Shall I sing out with I Talk to the Trees?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
See you next time, everyone.